And we are back with Michael King. See that, Michael? Another segment with you. Listen, why should no one accept the tenets of organized religion on faith?
Well, because it's on faith without thinking, without logic, without reason. The emissaries of religion put themselves into a position of saying that this creature, mythological creature called God, is so powerful, so omnipotent, that only they can talk to the God and intercede in your behalf in many of these religions. Well, gee, that sort of puts the lowly human in between the position of the deity and these emissaries. What they wind up doing is serving the emissaries. The emissaries say, strap on C4, blow it, you will go to God. Well, what you do is go to extinction. There is a spiritual form. We have a lot of data from many sources, and some anecdotal, some in science. There is a consciousness theory of electromagnetic fields, for example, that scientists are studying. The brain, whenever it fires anything, is an electrical event. The electrical event, all combined, form a quantum electrodynamic source of thought. That's what we think with. Well, we know that if an electromagnetic wave goes into space, and this is firmly known in science, it goes forever. It's an eternal electrodynamic energy form. Well, if the soul is in that form of energy, and this is where the hypothesis that needs to be studied becomes evident, if the soul forms that kind of energy, then eternal life is possible for those who have enough freedom of mind and open mind to allow themselves to explore, to be free, to think. What a concept.
Yeah, what a concept. Unbelievable. You know, religion is being blamed for closing a lot of minds. On the other side of the coin, though, I mean, atheists can be as closed-minded as Bible thumpers,
right,
Michael.
But
I've run into a few.
Yeah, I'm sure you haven't. And we see that even in, combats about the division between religion, between church and state. There's just absolute, you can't have any of this other, and so there's nothing. There's nothing. Now, you have had a personal near-death experience or whatever, so that has given you a very unique perspective on this.
Did you see the light, Michael?
No, he went way beyond the light. The book you have in your hand
Yes.
is a description of the journey beyond the tunnel of light. And insofar as I know, there has been no description ever written that is detailed or as expansive as my report of my personal experience. I've had, by the way, 2 clinical deaths. The book is centered predominantly on the second one.
So you do not believe that there is some omnipotent force out there directing our lives?
True. There is no monotheistic God. However, there is energy fields. It's the energy of the universe, the implacable forces of the universe. Thought, time, space are not the separate issues that people tend to think they are. And if you propagate your mind, your thoughts, your consciousness out of your body, as you would have in a situation like astral projection, then you're free.
So are you saying that your soul, or are you saying the soul is some kind of an energy force?
Sure, it's your consciousness.
Got it. So then in that case, your consciousness may live on forever.
Sure, and you don't need religion. You don't need a mythological monotheistic deity or deities in some cases to promote that for you. You do it yourself.
And that's probably why the idea of religion, this belief in something outside of yourself controlling all of your future, your life, that takes away the responsibility. And
people need that. People need to be corralled in. People need to, whether it's fear or being...
But if you all of a sudden know that you're responsible, then that gives you a whole different point of view, doesn't it?
Most people can't deal with that, Michael.
Oh, I know. That's the problem, because they don't have sufficient self-esteem and self-confidence to understand the way it works. Religions have pounded self-esteem. It goes back to the 4 books of Moses, the Torah. It became more predominant in the New Testament. And a few hundred years later, became predominant in the Quran. It's all the same theme. It's all about control. It's all about suppressing the individual instead of allowing the individual to be free and explore.
So Michael King has the idea. You've got to think to be free.
So when I say goodnight to you now, Michael, this is really it. This is the book here, Atheists Can Get to Heaven. The website's the same, atheistscangettoheaven.com. Michael, thanks a lot for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we will be right back.
And that's it for us tonight. We do want to thank Congressman Dennis Kucinich for taking time to join us earlier in the show. Remember, if you missed any part of tonight's program, you can now watch it online for free, 7 days only, though, for only the week after our latest subscription episode is up.
So go to matrixnewsnetwork.com and see what you've been missing. I guarantee you're going to love it. There's almost 3 years worth of programs on demand, and they will change the way that you think forever. From the Hollywood Hills in beautiful Studio City, California, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.